dokie. Alright, Twitch is showing I'm live, so at least I know that it's broadcasting. Pardon me. Alright, should be doing the thing soon enough. Where's my brain? Clearly not in my noggin where it needs to be.
Hey, little fella. What you up to?
Nothing.
How'd you like to earn $1?
$1? Sure.
Well, go up to old Arthur Morgan. Ask him about the pole he's got stuck up his ass. I'll give you $1. You ever tried parenting Arthur? Leave the boy alone. Ain't doing nothing wrong. Cowpoke.
Alright, looks like everything is more or less ready. Just gotta put the link out and hope somebody shows up. Yeah, pretty much anytime you hear voices here in camp, it's not the worst idea to walk over and see what's going on. Sometimes they include Arthur.
Morning, Arthur.
Lenny? Okay, I think pretty much everything is good to go, just about. Just got one more thing to take care of, and then we are golden. I hear John and Abigail.
Arthur.
Lenny? Again?
Morning, Arthur.
Pearson?
Morning, Arthur.
How are you? Yeah, good. Well, that's nice to hear.
Where are John and Abigail? Oh, is that them? No.
Morning, Arthur.
No, that's Sean and Karen.
Morning,
well.
Arthur.
Kieran? Yeah, didn't think about that before. We've got a Kieran and a Karen. Okie dokie. Okay. Okay. Almost ready now, I promise. Can you tell I just kind of cranked this out at the last minute?
Good day, Mr. Morgan.
Miss Grimshaw? Hey, Spider. Okay, well, I think I'm ready. Also, don't know if I'm going to be able to get the best angle on it here.
Mr. Mr. Morgan.
Mr. Pearson. Nope, that don't work. That kind of works. Check out my new hat. It's made out of rats. Alright, we should probably look at the map to see what's next. Albert Mason. Our photographer friend.
You're a brave girl.
Got plenty of food for us both. And plenty of alcohol. So, don't know if anybody's watching except for Spider President there, but how you doing? Had a good day, I hope. I had plans for today.
Easy now.
Who the hell did you rob for all this? Hey.
Hang on.
Questions, I tell no lies. That's all yours once you hand me the money. Wagon too. Fine. Here it is. What we agreed on. Good man. Well, you keep on doing what you do best. You need more? Just come along back. Hey, you ain't seen shit, right? The North will remember us soon enough.
You two made a mistake getting rid of all them weapons, because I'm spoiling for a fight. You're dead!
You might not be.
Don't need more guns in the hands of those fools. Easy now.
Oh, peach soda. I actually had a peach Coke last night.
Yeah. Step.
No, I don't want the horse. Yeah, you can get a 4-pack of peach Coca-Cola at Walmart for like $5, which is how much you pay for a 12-pack of cans. So this is just 4 glass bottles for the same price. You can also get raspberry. I don't know if they've done others, but I know the peach and raspberry. And I quite like them both. But I had I drank the last of my peach last night. I had it with ice cream. 'Cause you've just gotta, right? Also, I still have yet to try the orange the orange vanilla Coke with ice cream.
Yep.
Yeah, like I was saying, I actually I had plans for today. I went to the gym last night. Pardon me. And I came home and I told myself that I was gonna stay up all night so that in the morning around 7, when I knew that my parents were up, I could go in the house and I could say, hey, why don't we get donuts today? And then they would give me $20, and I would go to the donut shop, and I would bring home a dozen donuts for us. But then I wound up passing out at 5. I had an alarm set and everything.
Yeah.
Had an alarm set and everything, and I didn't wake up until it was afternoon.
Easy there.
And sure, the donut shop was still open about 12:30, but figured that 12:30 was probably gonna be a weird time to go get donuts, because I was probably gonna be the only one who wanted any. And because around that time of day, they probably would have been out of the better stuff, yeah. Also, gotta say, the last time I went to the local donut shop, I actually left kinda angry. Because my parents really like the chocolate cake donuts. And I had 8 donuts in the box. Out of 12. She had 4 chocolate cake left. So I said, can I just have the rest of the chocolate cake? She says, no, you get 2. Okay, then. Like, I wasn't gonna argue with her or anything, but... like, why can't you just give me those other 2 donuts? Like, are you saving those for somebody? So in order to fill out the other 2, I just got like 1 blueberry cake and 1 glazed, because they only had the 1 blueberry cake and I couldn't think of anything else to fill that last spot. Anyway, yeah, that's irrelevant. That was months ago. I wanted donuts today. I didn't get donuts. That was my point. So that was a little disappointing. I was also kind of hoping for chili for dinner, but we wound up having salmon, which I'm not opposed to. And I think we've been having chili a fair amount lately, so I can't say I'm all that upset about it.
Thought you might be interested in this.
Very nice. I'll find a good home for this.
Wonder why I'm talking about food so much.
Pleasure.
40 bucks. You didn't pay extra for the dynamite, huh? You know, I briefly considered blowing up the wagon instead of getting into a fight with the
Passed through here some time ago, huh?
instead of getting into a fight with the dudes. But I figured I could probably sell it.
Been a while since you were through here.
Come on, girl.
Alright, Phoenix, let's go see Albert. Yeah, I always eat, like, right before I stream. Well, not right before. Like, I'm usually have dinner around 5 or 5:30. So I'm typically not hungry when I stream. But I know that that's not always the case for everybody. Hi, doggo.
Hey there!
Howdy.
That's a nice horse.
Thanks.
Anyway, all the best.
Bye now. Hey, get moving.
I am moving. This music's nice. I've said it at least 24 times now. Love the music in this game. Very Ennio Morricone. Got a good feel to it. All the sound in this game has a good feel to it.
Hey, mister.
Hi.
Just admiring your horse there.
Thank you.
Anyway, just passing the time of day.
Also, I just realized that with the way Arthur's mustache has grown out, he's got kind of an Eggman thing going on. Or Robotnik. Whichever you prefer. My mind always goes to Eggman, I don't know why. I don't guess it makes much of a difference, everybody knows who I'm talking about, but...
There we go.
Excellent. Well, now I'm just thinking about Egghead from the Batman... From the 60s Batman series. Good old Vincent Price. Well, got some chewing tobacco. Yeah, that was the first time that I ever saw Vincent Price in anything where he was in anything that wasn't horror. Excluding The Great Mouse Detective.
Whoa, easy.
Without which, I would not even know who Vincent Price was. I saw a buck up here. Where'd it go? Don't think I need buckskin for anything, but, it'd definitely be worth something. Oh yeah, he was Ratigan. He was the villain. That was my introduction to Vincent Price. That and, you know, I'll take it back. It was that and it was, 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo. Well, I guess that kind of counts as horror. It was horror adjacent anyway.
Okay, girl. So I heard. Out of the way! Yep.
Pardon me. Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, I'm a really big fan of Vincent Price. I just generally love like all those old horror dudes. Vincent Price, Bela Lugosi. Of course I missed. Alright, Phoenix, you wait here. And I'm less a fan, but I do really appreciate the 80s horror icons as well. Folks like I mean, Jeffrey Combs has always been the big one for me, but also like Robert Englund, Doug Bradley I really like. Yeah, alright. It says that I've got the track, but I can't see it anywhere. That's a track. I don't think it's the same track. I know that I need pronghorn stuff. Hey, rabbits. Bill Moseley. That's another one that I'm really into. I will watch just about anything with Bill Moseley in it, even if it's shit. Even if it's something like really gross that I know I'm gonna hate. Like, I watched both of the 10,000 Maniacs movies because of the cast. I fucking hate those movies. Not because I think they're bad. I think they're hilarious. But, like, I'm not... Like, there are some kinds of gore that I'm really into, and then there are other kinds where it's just, like, really squicky and I don't want anything to do with it, you know? Like Killing Floor 2. You guys know I like Killing Floor 2. I think that game's great. But, like, The Thing, that's a no. That's a hell no. Keep that away from me. And, like, the 10,000 Maniac movies are kind of on that level, where it's just, like, really... That's the shit that makes you uncomfortable. Well, it does for me, anyway. Like, oh my god, the thing that I will never forget in the first movie, with Robert Englund.
Okay, my girl.
Like, basically, both of them are about a group of teenagers passing through this small town in the middle of Georgia, and then getting murdered by the inhabitants. In the first movie, the mayor was played by Robert Englund, who, if you don't recognize the name, that's Freddy Krueger. That's the actor who played Freddy Krueger in everything except for the 2010 remake? Pardon me. And then in the sequel, which had a much smaller budget and went straight to video, it was Bill Moseley, who most people might recognize from his more or less his horror debut was in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 as Leatherface's brother Chop Top. But yeah, first movie, the thing I remember most was the mayor, played by Robert Englund, gets one of the kids named Ricky, and he's got him like strapped to a table. And then he goes and, like, shoves a steel rod up his ass, and it comes out his mouth, and he just starts dancing around, and he yells out, "Ricky on a sticky!" And, like, that's my most prominent memory from that movie. And that's... I don't have words. I just start twitching and feeling really gross. Now, the second one, I'll admit, I didn't watch it for Bill Moseley. I watched it for Ogre, the frontman for the industrial band Skinny Puppy. Because I really like that he's acting in things, and that they've all had a horror element to them. But, like, I didn't even like the first one. Why did I watch the second one? Anyway, let's go say hi to Albert.
Very good. Very good. Mr. Mason?
Oh, Mr. Morgan.
You want to be careful up here. Land is real treacherous.
Sure.
Real treacherous. I've been here before.
Have you?
Yes. Funny how things turn out. Never quite how you expect, is it?
No, I don't suppose it is.
What you shooting?
Eagles. You know, the images, they really are beautiful. All thanks to you. I'd be some poor creature's bad meal by now, many times over, but for you.
It's my pleasure. Please, step away from the cliff edge.
I'm trying to get an eagle there.
Yeah, they're beautiful. But unlike you, they can fly.
Too true. You really must think I'm a buffoon, don't you? You think I'm such a dimwit I'd just slip off the edge of a cliff?
No, but, well, maybe a little.
Please, sir. I'm dense, but not that dense. This area is quite safe. Quite. Oh!
Ah! Damn!
You're right. I am that much of a buffoon. Give me a hand, please. Put me out of my misery.
Come here.
Oh, dear. Oh, thank you. You know what? Bugger the Eagles, I'm going home. You know, I really did get some amazing pictures, thanks to you. And somehow, I haven't quite broken my neck.
You take care.
And you too, sir. Sorry for all the trouble.
And with that, we'll never see Albert Mason again. Yeah, I think those are O'Driscolls. Judging by Spider's last comments in the chat, I'm going to assume that my description of that scene from 10,000 Maniacs made you a little uncomfortable too. I apologize
Easy.
to anyone and everyone listening. I should have probably given warning or just kept it to myself. Pardon me. Yep. These are O'Driscolls. No, I don't. Actually, maybe I do.
Jesus Christ!
Damn it, what the hell?
Ow! O'Driscoll's will see you under!
May you be a lesson to anyone else that comes at the O'Driscolls! You're messing with the wrong people, son of a bitch!
Nope, I don't want the knife. I want the lasso.
We won't stay right there.
There we go.
Only they'd been friendly.
Untie me now before my boys get your head!
Now, like I say,
This is, very
Just
kind
drop
of you.
dead, why don't you?
I'm not the biggest fan of gory stuff. But honestly, aside from Star Trek,
What in God's name?
I probably wouldn't know who Jeffrey Combs was if it wasn't for the Reanimator movies, which are all about just over-the-top gore. Adios, O'Driscoll. Well,
Enjoy the peace and quiet.
I thought he was gonna stop on that ledge, and I was about to comment on how disappointed I was. By the way, I'm the good guy. I mean, I don't know if there's any railroad tracks nearby, and there wasn't a lake or anything. But there was a handy cliff.
You all right, girl?
Alright, Phoenix. 0 of 4 stores and robbed in one day. Okay, let's see what we can do with that. We can't rob anything in Rhodes. Why am I just waving around the map here when I can actually, like, use... There we go. Strawberry. That's where I'm aiming. Go west, young man.
Yep.
See, for me, it's not just that it doesn't interest me, it's that it just makes me uncomfortable. Like, I won't say what movie it was, but recently I watched a movie where I had to watch a guy get stabbed in the eyeball. Very slowly. Let me tell you, I had a pretty visceral reaction to that. Like, I don't exactly consider myself squeamish, but, like, I kind of curled up into a ball there. I will say, like, it wasn't center frame, like, it was at the very bottom of the screen, so it was, like, almost out of the shot.
Help me! Help me! I've been kidnapped!
Stay back. This here's official business.
But it was still visible. And it was still kind of uncomfortable. I think like when it happened, like I think like I just went, ooh. Boy, we're having a good time tonight talking about... Just like yesterday, talking about wrestling injuries. Man, don't watch my streams if you're squeamish, apparently. I'm going to weird places this week. Okay, I will say, Spider, you're talking about, looking at how they did, like, the prosthetics and the gore and whatnot. How they did the effects. For that, I actually would recommend, Bride of Reanimator. That's another movie. It's even gorier than the first one. It's not easy for me to watch. I've seen all three of them. I don't know why. But, like, Bride of Reanimator went in some really weird directions. Like, Herbert West. It's based on a Lovecraft story, Herbert West Reanimator, about a scientist who creates a reagent that can bring the dead back to life. And, pardon me. In the first movie was sort of close to the story. The sequels just went off and did their own thing. And in Bride of Reanimator, Herbert has basically been just doing all kinds of crazy experiments with corpses and just like Frankensteining them together in crazy ways. Like, one of them that I remember very specifically was, like, two bodies that were sewn back to back.
Hello, sir. Things good with you? Can't complain.
Word is, Appleseed's trying to bring in foreigners who work for half pay. Yeah.
So, like, if you're interested in seeing, like,
welcome.
in just looking at all the effects they had,
all right, let's get those sins washed
that movie
away.
has some really great and just
Relief to have a clean
wild,
slate, ain't it?
just wild practical effects to it.
Take care.
Howdy. Ain't surprised me in the least.
Pardon me.
Well, all right.
I think the third one. Oh my God, what was the title? In the third one, he's in prison. What was the title? Oh my God. Google, help me out here. Beyond Reanimator, that was it. In the third one, Herbert West has finally gone to prison for murdering ridiculous amounts of people and doing weird shit to the corpses. And yet, he is somehow still able to continue his experiments in prison. And the scene I remember most from that was, there was a character called Speedball. Guess what his character trait was? But,
Always
pardon
welcome
me.
at the Welcome Center, yes.
He sees Herbert walking through the cell block with, a syringe of his reagent in hand. And he reaches through the bars of his cell and just snatches it out of Herbert's hand. And he injects himself. And Herbert just stands there and watches in fascination as Speedball essentially explodes. Because the reagent is supposed to reanimate the dead. What does it do to the living? Who knows? It's not intended for the living. Speedball basically explodes. And then, like, Herbert's about to walk away. when Speedball's skeleton stands up, reaches through the bars and says, "Hey man, you got any more?" Herbert just says, "I think you've had enough." Those movies are fucking weird and gross and... Man, I love Jeffrey Combs, but good God.
Good morning, mister.
Hey, buddy! Hang on, there's a bug on the screen. Alright, I'm back.
I think you better open up that register.
I don't want to die. I like this.
I should have done this
Don't do
beforehand.
this. Yes, go ahead and take whatever you need. I can't believe this is happening.
Thank you very much, amigo.
Why do I put up with this?
You have a good day. Phoenix, let's get the fuck out of town.
Yeah.
But yeah, my point was just that that those are some interesting movies if just looking at the effects is your thing. Okay.
Yep.
I think we're almost to the station down here.
Look out!
We rode past the station on the way to Strawberry that had a general store inside. That's probably at Riggs Station. I don't remember if it was Riggs or Flatneck, but we're gonna ride for Riggs and hope for the best. Come on, Phoenix, you can make it. Hurrah!
Whoa!
You know what? I don't think it's Riggs. Where's Flatneck? Maybe it's Wallace. Wallace has the what's it? The general store. Excuse me, game. What are you doing? Wow, that seems like a roundabout route, but okay. All right, Phoenix, let's go.
Yeah.
Pardon me. There was supposed to be a fourth Reanimator movie, but it never got made. The plan for that one was it was going to be a George Bush type president dies in the White House, and in an act of desperation, the White House staff calls on Herbert West to try and bring the president back to life.
Yeah.
It never happened. It would have been interesting to see if it had. And there is talk now of a potential Reanimator reboot that would actually be basically be a 100% accurate retelling of the H.P. Lovecraft story. Although, hopefully, without the racism. Because, if you've never read Reanimator, there is a segment where one of Herbert's test subjects is a dead boxer.
Nice horse you got there. I paid top dollar for this beauty. Fast as a bullet. Want to see how yours compares? I'll race you to Diablo Ridge, all right?
I reckon I'll pass.
I knew it. A coward can't bear to face the better racer.
I don't need no new friends on the road.
Yeah, there's a segment in the original story where it's describing a dead boxer who is a black guy, and yeah, let's maybe not do that in the new movie. That's all I'm saying. Hey, here we are. This is where I wanted to be.
I heard Thomas Downs passed away.
Give me all your money. Open that thing.
All right, I'll do as you ask. Just don't kill me.
Sam, happy to see you back.
Easy. I'll give you what you want. Without this money, you're making me starve.
Careful, big man.
Come on.
This is mighty fine of you.
I'll have my revenge. Yes, I will.
Well, as Lovecraft himself said, the greatest fear is the fear of the unknown. And I think that kind of explains the racism.
You done robbing me?
Is that Lovecraft just didn't understand that non-whites are people too. Now, that said, he did wind up learning better later in his life. I don't think he was ever truly as progressive as the rest of the world might have become, but he learned a little. He tried. That said, there was a video by Overly Sarcastic Productions. It was one of their Halloween specials where they looked over, I want to say it was 4 Lovecraft stories. And, they would constantly, like, make up things that the HP would stand for, and I remember one of them was Hates Progress. Hates Progress Lovecraft. Like, when they discussed, the Call of Cthulhu, they had to explain that non-Euclidean geometry is just geometry on a curve. It's not as impossible as Lovecraft seemed to think it was, because Lovecraft had too delicate a constitution for math, and never learned what non-Euclidean meant. And since we live on a globe, all geometry is non-Euclidean. So there was nothing strange and unusual about the top part of Relay that the sailors landed on being non-Euclidean. Or, Cold Air. That was another one. The whole story is about, basically air conditioning had just been invented. And so, Lovecraft wrote a story where a doctor uses, basically, a zombie uses air conditioning to keep himself alive and not decomposing.
I'm hoping that mask's for the dust.
Because Lovecraft is just afraid of everything.
If you aim to rob me, I promise it won't end.
Open.
I aim to rob you.
Now.
Don't kill me. I'll empty the register for you. Don't do anything. Must feel good taken from others.
Actually, no, it don't feel good.
Pleasure doing business with you.
I'm gonna close this shop. I've had enough.
Yeah, I don't think, honestly, I don't know when, MC Escher was a thing, but I don't know if he was a thing in the 20s. Alright, where's the next one? Not Rhodes, can't rob Rhodes, so we're going to Saint Denis.
What's the reason for hiding your face? You take care. Hey, idiot in the mask! Take it off, let's go!
I feel like, Lovecraft is kind of along the same lines as Stephen King. Except that I feel like he maybe had better concepts than King did. Just that, there are elements that are better when they're left out in the adaptation. That's all I'm trying to say. Although, I will say, a lot of stuff that comes out of the Lovecraft Film Festival is almost word for word from the stories that he wrote. And it's gorgeous. Like, I saw a couple years ago, there was a short film based on the story Nyarlathotep. And it was small, it was simple, and it was perfect.
I'm just a blind old fool. Don't be like me. Be a wise man. Be a fool for love.
Like, there was no monster.
Help a blind man.
Okay, sure.
Like, there were no fish people, there was no goop. There was nothing about outer space.
You must decide between your past and others' future, friend. Decide, for soon it will be too late.
All right, friend.
It was just creepy dude came to town, started preaching, and then everybody in town walked off into the ocean. And that's the kind of shit that Lovecraft was all about. That cosmic horror is all about. It's the idea of, like, weird shit happens, nobody knows why. Because humanity just cannot understand some things.
Yep.
Like, one of my favorite things that Lovecraft ever wrote was the idea that time, the concept of time, is a human invention. Because there is shit that lives outside of time that would destroy us. So we invented time as a shield. Which is just an amazing concept. Like, I almost wrote a paper about that in college. Like, don't get me wrong, Lovecraft's giant monsters and outer gods and whatnot, that shit's cool. I'm all for that. But, like, just the simpler things, the more cerebral things, like time is a human invention to protect ourselves from the things outside. That's the stuff that gets me going. And I'm not calling it psychological and cerebral because I think I'm really intelligent, because I'm fucking not. I know some big words, that doesn't make me smart. But, like, It's like, okay, there's a film that came out a couple years ago called The Killing of a Sacred Deer. It's got a Colin Farrell and Nicole Kidman in it.
There it is. Easy.
And that movie is just bonkers. Every aspect of it is just... Oh my god. Like, the whole film is built to make you feel uneasy. And it's not like a really visceral or gory film in any way.
Want to stack up?
Just like the concepts in it and the way it's presented, the music, the dialogue.
Fresh rounds in my rifle and strong coffee in my gut. What'd you say to another game?
Won't say no. Let's fire off a few.
Just the whole thing was built to be bizarre and unnerving.
Just like last time, whoever shoots the most bottles wins. All right, stand alongside me. Soon as you pull your weapon and aim, we let fly.
Okay. Go.
That's right.
You ain't lost to losing, I take it.
Well, now I'm miserable. All right, let's raise the stakes. Go again, huh?
You're on.
Well, that's what I like to hear. We'll do the birds again. First to knock 4 out of heaven gets the win. Stand close. As soon as you see them, start shooting.
Considering where he's aiming, I should probably move.
There they go now. Shoot.
Where? There we go.
All right, then. I'll give you that one. Here you go. As promised.
Thanks, friend.
Careful now. Next time I may not hold back.
Pardon me. Alright, so I will go ahead and tell you. Killing of a Sacred Deer. The basic plot is Colin Farrell plays a heart surgeon, right? And one day his children just come down with this mysterious illness. They're showing symptoms. Nobody knows what the cause is. And basically the idea is... this is going to be a huge spoiler if I say it, so I don't know if I should. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I feel like it's safe to say that it was a second act reveal that basically somebody wants revenge on him. So the idea is that this person's father died on his operating table. So therefore, he has stricken his family with this mysterious illness. And he tells him that he has to kill one of his family members or watch them all die. And just the... Like, okay, you know how people talk about... How people talk about the original Resident Evil, right? How it had really unusual and unnatural sounding dialogue. This movie did sort of the same thing. All the characters were very... They were kind of monotone, And they said things that, like, nobody would ever say out loud. And, like, there's the beginnings of a sex scene between Colin Farrell and his wife. That just looks really awkward and unreal. And the music is really, like, atonal. There's no kind of melody to it or anything. Everything about this film was crafted to be disquieting. It's beautiful.
This is the law. Screw the laddie.
I would highly recommend you attempt to watch it at some point. Pardon me.
Lady Fatima.
There was another one that I watched around the same time as that one that I found really interesting.
Mister?
What did I watch last year?
All right, listen.
Okay there. Open the register right now.
Listen, just take what you want and go.
I will. Open the damn register.
All right? Feel good. Feel like a big shot.
Go on, get going.
There we go. Alright, there's Bandit Challenge 3 out of the way. Now let's jump on Phoenix and ride back to camp. I know there's a website that you can use to, like, keep track of what you've watched, like keeping a list of everything that you watch, and, like, whether you recommend it and stuff. It's like a book club, but for movies. I think that's the way I've heard the website described. Whatever it is, I should find it and I should use it. Because there was another movie I watched last year, around the same time as Killing of Sacred Deer, that had a similar feel to it. And I wish I could remember what it was. It's driving me nuts.
Crazy! You got a problem?
Actually, I think I might have... Hang on. I might know how to find out. Because I think I told somebody about it on Twitter, so I'll probably still have the message. Give me just 1 second. Nope, I did not. This is gonna drive me nuts all night, and I'm never gonna remember it. Oh well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think I've more or less made my point. It's I don't have anything against, like, monster movies and shit. But, like, it's It's that cerebral, uncomfortable stuff that I think is a lot more interesting to me. The more psychological horror. Stuff that isn't there to scare you so much as it is to creep you out and make you deeply, deeply uncomfortable. But I can't remember anything else that I watched around that time last year except for Mandy, which is a totally different kind of film. I will say, though, if you haven't seen Mandy, go fucking watch Mandy. Mandy is an amazing film. It's got Nicolas Cage and Linus Roach in it. This cult passes through town. And, basically, their leader tries to fuck Nicolas Cage's wife. But she won't fuck him. So he kills her. So then Nicolas Cage basically goes and gets high on all the drugs and hunts down the cult. And it's just this, like, beautiful, like, surrealist revenge movie. Like, the only thing I knew going into it was, like, this one image of Nicolas Cage covered in blood holding a chainsaw.
Hello, mister. Hey. Hey, it's good to see you again, friend. How you keeping? I'm miserable. Because of the leg? Ah, no, I'm used to the leg. I mean, I've been without it a whole lot longer than I was with it. Nah, it's a people. Yeah, a bunch of nasty, miserable peasants I gotta share this place with. Why don't you leave? Leave? Well, I live here. They're my nasty, miserable people. And I've been hating on them for so long, if I forgot to hate them, I wouldn't know what day it was. Yeah, but you... Man, you ought to get out of here and you ought to stop coming back.
Alright, give me just 1 second, friends. And I will get back on the road. Okay.
You think nothing?
Okay, girl.
Now, let's go ahead. Let's try to get the next mission done. What is the next, coach is robbed. Okay. I can do that. Might do that later. Want to, want to try and get at least one actual story mission done tonight. That'll do.
There we go.
In order to unlock the next satchel for crafting, I have to donate 5 corpses to Pearson. So yeah, I'll take him a poor turkey. Phoenix, hold my turkey.
Okay, my girl. Idiot.
Who goes there?
It's me.
Hope you gone. Made us $1 million, Arthur.
Well, not $1 million, but I got a little.
What are you up to?
Thinking of heading out in a bit.
Okay, we'll catch up with you later then.
Sounds good.
Man, it seems like all the most interesting films don't come to my area. It's always the stuff that I'm most interested in that always gets like a limited release. Or if it gets a live release, it just doesn't come here. Because I live in a small town, so we only get like really mainstream stuff. But stuff like Killing of a Sacred Deer or Birdman, for example. Nope. Never gonna get the chance to see that in the theater.
My table awaits your offerings, Mr. Morgan.
I hear you.
Here, have a carcass.
Oh, yes. I'll be able to make you something out of this. Thank you, Arthur.
Well,
now, have I unlocked? Yeah, there we go. New bag. New satchel. Every satchel will increase the amount of different things I can carry. And once I can make the Legend of the East satchel, I will be able to carry, I think, 99 of everything. So that's going to be real handy. Now, granted, I'm trying to worry about that stuff between streams, because I know that otherwise my streams are just going to be me wandering through the wilderness, and it's not going to be very interesting to watch, probably. Okay, it's going to be $26.88 that I put in the box. You know what movie I've had on my mind lately? The Devil's Carnival. Really, its sequel. Don't know why. But, basically, they're musicals. That also are full of, not exactly big names, but like people who are definitely known, who have their fans. Like, for example, Paul Sorvino, who most people would recognize from Goodfellas. Or, oh my god, hang on. Brain? Maybe if I look at the poster on my wall, that'll help. Jesus Christ. Nope. Can't see it. I'm halfway across the room and it's dark. Shit. Hang on. I'll get it. Okay, the first one had Paul Sorvino, like I said. Sean Patrick Flannery, who most people would probably recognize from Boondock Saints. Oh, God. File not found. Shit. They've both got Ogre from Skinny Puppy. The first one also had Sean Crahan from Slipknot. He's the clown that everybody knows. Dayton Callie, who most people probably recognize from Sons of Anarchy. Hey, Kira. Howdy, baby. How you doing? Ooh. Sorry. There we go. Bill Moseley, who I mentioned earlier. Ivan Moody was in the first one. That's the front man for Five Finger Death Punch. Aw, sweet girl. How you doing? And, Alexa Vega, the girl from Spy Kids. Oh my god, I almost said Spice Girls and started to correct myself. Spy Kids. And also, cannot forget Emilie Autumn. You know, the girl I named myself after. She's in both of them. Careful, baby! She almost fell off the desk. You okay? The sequel brought in a few bigger names. It had Ted Neely, who was Jesus in Jesus Christ Superstar. Barry Bostwick, who everyone would know as Brad Majors from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Hey, sweet girl. Oh, cutie baby. You having a good nap? David Hasselhoff was in it. Tech 9, the rapper. And, Jimmy Urine. That was it. Jimmy Urine of Mindless Self-Indulgence and his wife were both in it. As sort of comic relief characters. Really enjoyed the film, but I feel like it spent a lot of time introducing characters that really didn't contribute to the story. Like, the idea is it's a group of people who I guess are supposed to be interpreted in the traditional theology as angels, like newly created angels, who are being shown around heaven as like a movie studio, basically. And so, just about every song in the film is introducing a different character who works in a different department. Like, Ted Neely is the composer. David Hasselhoff is like a costume designer. Barry Bostwick's character is like a private eye. I don't know... Like, he actually had importance in the story. But I don't know, like, why he got his own song. That contributed to nothing. Tech 9 was the librarian. He played a big part in the story. His song was actually part of the story. Pardon me. But, like, I don't know, for the most part, it felt like a lot of the stuff in that movie just... It was there for the soundtrack, not so much for the plot. Which is unfortunate, but, you know, at least they were good songs. Alright, anyway, I'll stop babbling. Let's go see Mr. Strauss.
Ah, Herr Morgan.
Herr Strauss.
How are you enjoying yourself here?
Well enough, I guess. And you?
Well, it turns out the pursuit of freedom is not a cheap business. Not for us, and not for some of the locals.
Sharking already.
I prefer to call it banking.
You ain't the one handing out the beatings.
No, but I am the one feeding the women and children in the camp. What choice do we have, Mr. Morgan?
I don't know. Well, come on then. Tell me who.
Here's the list. Refinery worker turned hunter by the name of Vinton Holmes. You'll find him up in the hills north of Strawberry. Ah, an apprentice undertaker. This one working in Rhodes. His name was Gwen Hughes.
And how many of them do you think will be able to pay?
With enough encouragement, both of them.
Hey there, up dog. How are you doing tonight? Do you like my hat? It's made out of rats. Do you like my, my Dr. Robotnik mustache?
You people want to eat or not?
Okie dokie. Feist things. Feist, let's go say hi to Mr. Hughes. What are you doing? Excuse me, go back, you dangus. There we go. I know I started late, so I'm gonna be going a little, gonna end a little later. But I would like to try and get to a story mission. So I'm maybe gonna focus a little less on challenges right now. A little more on actually doing stuff. Or maybe I could go a little longer tonight since I had to quit early the last time I streamed this. Who knows? We'll figure it out. So, words are the devil. And my brain no work so good. Twitch, what are you doing?
Get up.
Kira, you're such a good girl. Regardless, as soon as I finish this particular job, I'm gonna have to get something to drink. Because I kind of ran out earlier. And my mouth is a bit dry. Actually, hang on. No, yeah, good. I'm okay. I'm good. I got my bottle of water for the gym tucked away on a shelf. Hi, sweetie. I'll be fine. I'm good on beverage. If only I had realized that an hour ago.
Hello, boy.
Still don't look quite right.
Gwen Hughes? Start picking out a box for yourself if you don't got that money you owe Leopold Strauss.
I don't... I need more time.
Doesn't everybody? That casket for you? Or you want another?
Wait. I can get it for you. But, come with me to the churchyard. And stay close. Hmm?
All right.
Oh, this ain't right. I mean, I'll get you your money, but, well, you'll see.
What ain't right is borrowing money you can't pay back.
I guess you're correct, but, it ain't exactly right, what we're doing.
You ain't the first to put his hand in the collection box, and you won't be the last. Rest a little easier knowing church has been taking more than they need off poor folks since time began.
Well, like I said, well, the morality of the matter is a little more confusing than that.
Not really. I've never understood the taboo of grave robbing.
Okay. You head on in the church, I'll keep watch.
Well, it ain't in there. It's under here. I'm digging up Mrs. Claypole.
Jesus!
Well, she got a bunch of jewels in there that she don't need.
See, that's my thing. Why are you burying people with shit they don't need? Why are you burying people with jewels and money and stuff?
There's a bunch of people here. Oh, I got it. Look, you clear them off, and I'll wait right around here. But don't hurt nobody.
Now, don't get me wrong. Taking a body, that's a little fucked up. But, like, why are you burying people with shiny shit?
Just my auntie.
You two might want to find somewhere a little more private.
We was fine until you got here, mister. Good day now.
You don't want to hang around here.
Come on, quick!
Look at the trouble you got us in.
I tried to be nice.
Ma'am, would you mind clearing out of here for some maintenance work?
Oh, gladly. It's about time this place got cleaned up.
It's all clear.
All right. Now go watch the gate. I'll get to this, exhumation.
That's a good word. Exhumation. All right. Not you. I wanted to talk to the other lady. The one's walking up here.
I'm sorry, ma'am. The church grounds are closed for maintenance work.
Well, it's about time, too. The place was in need of some care and attention.
There's gonna be a couple dudes walking up here in a minute. They're gonna cause trouble.
There's them that's born to it, there's everyone else.
That's how it is.
Things was done on merit, you and me would be running things.
Sure would.
Yep. Hey, look, we're closed for some excavation work. Would you mind?
No, I ain't gonna mind you at all. You carry on with your business, we'll carry on with ours.
I suggest you start heading back that way.
Easy, mister. We'll go. Come on.
Yeah, if they didn't pull the gun on him, there'd be a fist fight. Pulling the gun on him's easier.
Shit. Hope this hole's dug.
Pardon me.
All right, well, here's your payment. Oh, forgive me, Mrs. Claypole.
What you find?
Well, she had a brooch here. It looks like diamonds.
Well, this'll do. Now get out of here.
Oh my
before
god,
someone
where are
sees
your eyes?
Can't believe it's come to this.
Where are your
All right,
pupils?
well, I'm out of here.
He looks
That's
like
more
a
than-
ghoul.
than clear what I owe you.
Yeah, I was just wanting to get a better look at Miss Claypole. Was not expecting ghoul hues over there. You know, Gwen, the least you could have done was bury the poor woman again. Instead of just leaving her there to
Come on,
bake in the sun. There was a concept in one issue of the Sandman comics by Neil Gaiman of an air funeral. I think it was in the collection. See, the thing about the Sandman is that like most of it can really easily be collected in sections in stories that like actually go together and are more or less enclosed, and that's really interesting to me because you don't often see that so much with a continuing comic series. Pardon me, but there's a collection called The World's End. It's basically this big storm happens, And all these people get stuck from, like, different dimensions, get stuck at this inn until the storm blows over. And yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Spider. It was, basically this community where the Undertaker will carry your body up a mountain and basically cut it into pieces and leave it there to be eaten by vultures. And that's kind of a neat idea. What you need, Kira? I'm sure you all heard her. That was kind of loud. What you need, baby? You doing okay? Woo! Hi there! Hang on. There we go. Hey, how you doing? You want to be held, don't you? Here we go. Here's my baby. I've probably said it before, but, I think my personal favorite Sandman story was always, Season of Mists, which was, Volume 4 of the trade paperbacks. Which was essentially what led to the Lucifer spin-off eventually, where the idea is Lucifer decides to close hell, and, he, like, kicks out all of the demons and all of the damned souls. Kicks out all the demons and the damned souls, he locks the door, and he hands it to Morpheus and says, "Here, it's your problem now." And, like, people on Earth, they're having to deal with, like, the dead coming back to life, and, demons running amok in people's dreams. And Dream himself has, like, every god in existence basically comes knocking down the door of his realm, demanding that they be given the key to hell. What do they want it for? Who knows? But they all want it.
Whoa.
Probably my second favorite Sandman story was the prequel that was released years later. It was just released as Sandman Overture. There was, honestly, it's not even for the story. It's for the artwork. Because, like, every couple pages it seems like the art shifts into a new style. And it's just beautiful to look at. Oh no, Updog, that's where the series on Netflix came from. It started out in the Sandman comics, where Lucifer closes hell and gives the key to Dream, and says, "It's your problem now." And then what Lucifer does later in the Sandman is he goes and he opens up his nightclub. Which is where the Lucifer comics picked up later. And the series is supposed to be based on those comics. But honestly, like, they fucked up the character of Lucifer so much that I didn't even make it 10 minutes into the first episode. I refuse to watch the rest of the show. Everything I've read about it since attempting to watch it, as far as, like, how it holds up compared to the comics, oh my god. Nothing is right. I don't like it. Like, Lucifer in the series acts like a fucking 14-year-old, and that just pisses me off. people enjoy the show, and that's fine. Neil Gaiman likes the show. That's cool. People are allowed to like what they like. Just doesn't do it for me. I was hoping for something that was a little more accurate to the source material. That's all that is. And that's why every time I hear rumors about a potential Sandman adaptation, like, ooh, I just get, like, really nervous every time. Oh shit, this is gonna be a problem. Sorry, Kira, I gotta pause. Sorry, everybody watching. I'm holding a kitty. I can't exactly fight off wolves. Sorry. Sorry. Alright, sweetie, I'm gonna have to put you down, okay? Sorry, here we go. Yeah, you're okay. I'm sorry. Alright, where's my rifle?
It's all right.
Yeah, every time I hear something about a possible Sandman adaptation, I just get really nervous. Because all I can think about is how easy it will be to fuck up. Like, the last thing I heard was that they were going to make a TV series out of it with Joseph Gordon-Levitt playing Dream. And just, oh my god. Oh my god. Please no. Like, okay, I would be okay with a TV series. I feel like that would be the best way to handle the story. But Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Dream? Are you kidding me? Don't get me wrong. I think Joseph Gordon-Levitt is a fine actor. Great musician. But, like, oh my god. Dream is such a difficult character to pin down to begin with. And that's kind of the point. I don't know how you could effectively cast a character like that. But I just don't think Joseph Gordon-Levitt is anywhere near the right choice. I don't know who the right choice could be, but just hearing Joseph Gordon-Levitt's name tossed around with the in the same discussions as the concept of the Sandman comics, it just sounds wrong to me. Maybe I'm the only one. I don't know. I know I'm weird and that most people disagree with me on most things. I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, it's not like Marvel stuff, right? That's easy.
Yep.
Those are like really simple archetypal characters you can make work with just about anybody. As opposed to Morpheus, the
I know you're close. I feel you tickling.
the literal manifestation of the concept of dreams. I will say though, in regards to Marvel stuff, Marvel casting, I keep thinking lately about this thing that was going around Twitter a while back. There was, what if Marvel movies had been made in the 70s? And one of them was David Bowie as Doctor Strange, and holy shit, I wish I could live in that universe.
Easy, whoa.
Like, for all I know, it could have been crap. I'll fully admit that right now. A movie like that in the 70s, when comic books weren't taken very seriously, it probably wouldn't have been handled very well. But like, the idea of David Bowie as Doctor Strange. Can you hear the fangirl dripping from the words as I speak? Oh, I won't lie. I'm a little embarrassed for myself.
Easy there.
Just, you know, if you weren't aware, I'm a bit of a fan. Really like David Bowie. Really like Doctor Strange. Was a little disappointed with the way they did his first standalone movie. I say first because I desperately hope they'll do more. Don't get me wrong, Mads Mikkelsen was great, and I liked Tilda Swinton as the Ancient One. I get why they whitewashed the character, was because the character was Tibetan in the comics, and they're going for that big Chinese market, and China and Tibet aren't friends. I know people are upset about that, but I'm saying I understand why it happened. I'm not necessarily condoning it, but I understand it. But like the thing that I was disappointed with was Dormammu. Because Dormammu definitely had a specific appearance in the comics. Dormammu had an image. He had a design. He had a look. In the movie, he's just kind of a cloud. Like a vaguely humanoid cloud. As opposed to the comics, where, like, he wore a robe and had, like, a flaming head. And was fucking cool. Like, if you've played, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, he was a character in that. And he was voiced by an actor that I actually enjoy, that I like from when I was a kid. There was a show called The Pretender. So, the main character from the show voiced Dormammu in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. But yeah, like, I like the design of the character from the comics and from MVC3. And then, like, in the movie, he's just kind of a shape. A vaguely humanoid being. And I was a little disappointed by that. Would have liked more classic Dormammu.
Win, Holmes?
I didn't expect to run into no one out here.
Funny how far a man's debts will follow him. You got some money for me, boy? Seen your name in our ledger.
You're with the German? Look, I got it for you. It's just, I don't got it yet. It's up in them hills.
You panning for?
Hunting it. I tracked this cougar. It's rare. Lily white coat. The pelt will more and cover what I owe.
If I'm skinning anything, I'm skinning you, boy.
Please, I'm out of work. It's the only way you'll get paid, and all the hard work's already done.
Fine. Move.
I hate the way Arthur just dumped out that coffee.
We'll, need our horses. It's, quite a trip.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, coffee. Beets? I don't think I've ever seen beets in this game.
So, mount up.
Hang on, friend, I'm robbing you. Taking your corn. And your carrots.
You got your mount?
Yeah, I got my mount. Whose horse do you think that is?
All right, drive, boy. Let's get
Come on,
where
Phoenix.
we're going. Drive.
Okay, follow me.
Drive.
I'm driving.
Make me come out here, make me chase all over this goddamn mountain.
Hey, you knew it was a risk.
I didn't know nothing. Your name is all I knew.
Well, the German-speaking fella then, Mr. Strauss, he knew my work situation was precarious, that this whole thing was a risky venture.
Wait, risky? I'm at risk now? Are you threatening me, Winton Holmes?
I ain't. No, certainly not. Sir, I'm merely stating, a man without a job, with limited prospects, at those rates, repayment was by no means guaranteed. I said I'd do my best, and I did.
You're continuing to annoy me.
Oh yeah, that's
We're
fine.
going right here,
If you're
up the stream.
If your internet drops out, or if you feel like you need to go, you go on. That's fine. I certainly won't hold it against you. Yeah, we're actually expecting rain later tonight.
How about this then? I guarantee repayment. Because I'm gonna get that money out of you. If I gotta squeeze you like a lemon, it's coming out.
Yeah, of course. We're onto it now, okay? We're onto it now. The cash is in that cougar, mister. Sure as pumpkins ain't cauliflowers, the cash is in that cougar.
It better be. Or I'll turn you into a goddamn cauliflower.
Are you a wizard now, Arthur Morgan?
Up here. We ain't too far now. What I know about cats, this one's rare as hen's teeth. I mean, you ever seen an alabaster wildcat?
The big thing about cougars is they see you, not the other way around.
That may be, but you'd see this one. I've been hunting with my pa. Shot all kinds of cats. Never one like this. In another life, I'd have sought my fortune outdoors, not in the hot, stinking belly of a tar pit.
I ain't interested in your regrets or your life story, Mr. Holmes. Just your damn money. Drive.
If there's ever a Red Dead Redemption 3, I hope they do something different with it. Maybe something similar to 310 to Yuma could be interesting.
This is it. Her den. We should leave the horses.
Not that I don't like this one or the first game, because I do feel like they're both really good, really well made, really enjoyable to me anyway. But like, just be interesting to see what else they could do.
All right. Show me.
You'll see her soon. Quiet now. Won't be able to miss her shining in the dark. You hear that? There's a cougar in here. And I bet she's white as virgin cotton. The tunnel diverges up here. I'll take the left, you go right, and we'll see if we don't converge down a ways. And look out for her.
Yeah.
I actually should eat something because in the climate that we're in here, it's kind of cold. So my health core is depleting a bit quicker than I would like. Okay, didn't know I was still carrying the lantern. You can follow him, but nothing happens. You have to go the other way and then go find his corpse.
Holmes?
And then,
Winton Holmes?
chances are, as soon as I get over there, I'm gonna wind up dead. Because normally that cougar will get me before I even know where it is.
Around with me, boy.
See, there he is.
She got him. Crap. Damn deader. Where are you, you mangy cat?
Ooh, actually. No, that don't work.
Show yourself.
Shit. I hear it. Where did you come from?
Got you, Hellcat.
Alright, first things first. Let's loot some corpses. And then we'll skin the cat and we'll head out. Darian. Welcome back, Spider.
Oh, penniless idiot.
38 cents and a watch. Yeah, you missed me ranting about Sandman and Doctor Strange. Wow, that is not helping. Really, Arthur? Goddamn. Alright, that's better. Are you kidding me? I came in this way. Why can't I go out this way? There we go.
Get out of here, horse. Your man ain't coming.
Alright. Why do I have to sell it to a butcher? Why not a trapper? I feel like it'd be better to sell it to a trapper. Could actually make something out of it. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to a trapper. If the game doesn't like it, then I guess I'm going to a butcher after all.
Yep.
Is that a bear I hear? Pardon me. Alright, since this is gonna be a bit of a ride, I would like to take this moment to tell you about... Hang on, sorry, brain fart again. Tell you about the new design on my Teespring store, made by Spider President there in the chat, who also set up the page for it, which I deeply appreciate.
Easy.
And for the next few days, you will be able to get 30% off anything in the store, including the new shirt, the new design. It's not just on shirts. There's a sticker and a bag and cell phone cases and even a mug. We finally have a mug. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Pardon me. Yeah, you can save up to 30%. Not up to. You can save 30% on anything in the store right now until Saturday by using the code PUNKYEAH. That is PUNKYEAH. Oh, so I have to sell it to the butcher. That's bullshit. Okay, but whatever. But yeah, like I said, go to my Teespring store. There'll be a link down under the video somewhere. And you can use the code PUNKYEAH, that's PUNKYEAH, to save 30% on anything there. That's only until this Saturday. Now, unfortunately, when this goes up on YouTube, this code won't be available anymore. And to the people watching on YouTube, I apologize.
It's white. Better be rare.
But for those of you watching on YouTube, there will be there's another code that's probably still going to be in use at the time. And that is going to be 25% off. That's OBAITH. That is one more time, OBAITH. That'll get you 25% off. And that's pretty much available until BronyCon, basically.
Yeah.
It's the Welsh word for hope, because I hope I can make enough money to go to BronyCon. But I'm not here to sell t-shirts. I'm here to play video games. And apparently talk about movies, because that's all I've been doing tonight.
You're all right now, girl.
But yeah, just wanted to pass that along, because new design, really good looking design. And Spider's in the chat, so I figured that he would probably appreciate the shout out. Because he did all the work. I'm not even kidding. He did all the work. He drew the design, he colored it, he set up the store page for it. The only thing I did was come up with the idea.
Got some blood on you just there.
I will say though, if anybody watching has anything they think might be a neat shirt idea, throw it at me. I'd be happy to commission you when I can.
People really enjoy that. Folk will enjoy eating that. Thanks for your help. Let's go, girl. Pleasure doing business.
Of course, until August 1st,
Good morning.
all of my money is pretty much being funneled into, hopefully, BronyCon.
Slow up now.
There we go.
All right, girl.
Brush the horsey.
Yeah.
And if you've got some money to spare and you want to help me actually get to BronyCon, consider checking out Patreon, Coffee, Teespring. You know, all those fun ways to throw money at a random person. Nice. Yeah, I gotta be somewhere too. That's why I'm riding so much faster than you are. By the way, where the fuck am I going? Pardon me. Now, ordinarily, my goal with the Patreon is to keep the money confined to making the streams better, making the channel better, buying new games to play for you guys. You folks. Pardon me. I should say guys less. Guys talking about hunting. But yeah, right now I am really desperate to try and go to BronyCon, because this year is the final BronyCon. And for anyone who doesn't know, I might not be here if it wasn't for My Little Pony. There was a time, about, hot damn, 7 years ago now, when, basically I was at my lowest point. Can I push this duck over to the shore? Anyway, yeah, I hit a low point back in 2012. And the way that I kept myself from hurting myself was by just throwing myself as deep into My Little Pony and its fandom as I could. So the show's kind of important to me. I'm not getting that fucking duck. The show's kind of important to me. And it's currently on the last season, and BronyCon is about to end. And I basically make all of my money on Patreon. So I'm basically making $12 a month. So if you're feeling generous, if you want to help me get to the con, the last ever BronyCon, please. Just saying. You don't gotta, but just think about it. I got some links if you're interested, if you're feeling generous. I don't mean to beg. Sorry if I was kind of begging there. Just, you know. As Delbert Doppler said in Treasure Planet, I really, really, really want to go. I will say, though, if I don't make it, then any money that I have saved up, which is a bit. I haven't posted an update on Twitter recently, but kind of wound up losing a bit because I didn't know that my PlayStation Plus was going to automatically charge me another fucking $66. So that's unfortunate. But my plan is if I'm not able to save up enough for BronyCon, then I don't know. Probably gonna look into a PlayStation VR setup. See about streaming some things with that. But I know I have a couple of games that I got for free through PlayStation Plus that are VR exclusive. And there are some VR games that I would be interested in trying.
Hello.
So either way, your money is going somewhere that may be worth it to you. It's either going to help me get to the last ever BronyCon, or it's going to create new content for the channel. Oh, shit. And either way, I will definitely be grateful and appreciative and vocal about both of those. I will metaphorically suck your dick super hard. Whoa! My horse drifted. I didn't know I could do that. What the heck?
Yep. Whoa.
Neat. That's cool.
Okay.
I think I can... Yeah. Okay, so R1 and square will make it rear back. Hi-ho, Silver! Away! And then, when riding, I can hit R1 and X. Yeah, I can drift. That's nutty. I like it. I wonder if R1 and circle does anything.
Yeah. Easy, easy.
Maybe not. Oh well, that's fine. Oakley dokley, let's go say hi to Uncle Dutch. Finally gonna do a story mission. Is everybody excited?
Hi there.
Why, hello there, sir.
Since Updog seems to have gone quiet, I'm gonna assume that their internet might not be holding up right now.
Hello, mister.
Oh, do you have the time there?
Nope, no idea.
Okay, thanks anyway.
See you later.
Of course, of course. Oh, and here is my dear friend, Arthur Callahan. Boy is a hunter. Boy is a killer. Arthur, you've met but not been introduced to Mr. Oh, I'm so sorry, Sheriff Gray.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine.
Tough business you boys had.
We did?
Oh, there's no need to pretend with me, sir. Life can be tough.
So it can.
And no man owes another anything.
No, sir.
But still, I feel you were hard done by. Losing your employment like that. But still, here in Rhodes, we have work enough for honest men.
Ah, that's some strong stuff. Still, don't seem to be doing you any harm, I guess.
Exactly.
Whoa.
Excuse me a moment.
I told you we was moving up in this world. Deputies.
You have finally lost your mind.
Amongst these drunkards, hillbillies, and slavers? Good honest thieves like us. We're bound to be moralizers in a place like this. Oh, Sheriff Gray, you are back.
Now listen, sir. There is shine in them woods, though, and it is costing this county its good name, and the state a whole lot of income. You boys wouldn't mind rooting it out. Maybe we'll make you permanent. I gotta set me down a second.
Not a problem, sir. Not a problem at all. You are in safe hands now. And people waste time with the temperance movement. Liquor never dulled a good man's senses. Arthur, you ride with the deputy. Bill and I will follow.
Climb on up.
See, this is what I was complaining about last time we ran into these characters. Dutch goes by Hoagie McIntosh. I'm Arthur Callahan. And Bill is still Bill Williamson.
Pretty good.
And your friend is behaving himself?
Oh, yes. I think he's learned his lesson.
Bill didn't get a fake name.
Congratulations on becoming a temporarily deputized citizen of Scarlet Meadows County. Most towns just get bounty hunters to do their dirty work these days, but Sheriff Gray believes the law should keep the law. Now, I'm sure I don't need to remind you there's a chain of command here.
There is?
Dang straight there is. This is a dangerous business, but follow my lead and you'll be just fine.
Sure. Hey, Archibald wants to remind us he's in charge here.
Of course!
Who else would be?
You were a big help with them Anderson boys, and I put in a very good word with the sheriff on your behalf.
We appreciate that.
We rounded up the others soon after. I'm pushing for the rope myself, but that's by the by.
So, these moonshiners.
Not just any moonshiners. Braithwaites. I told you about the Braithwaites?
Pretty sure you did.
Old Cotton family had a fortune at one point until, well, a few changes in the labor laws. Now they're dealing in moonshine. We found their stills hidden all over Lemoyne. Quick as we destroy one, another one pops up. You could call it a pitiful fall from grace, if they had any grace to start with.
I have no time for tax dodgers.
Not to mention the fact that Catherine Braithwaite has a rather expensive interest in thoroughbred horses to maintain.
But I heard something about it being gold these families were fighting over.
Well, that's the rumor. But the Greys and the Braithwaites think the others stole a fortune from them. But it happened so long ago, I don't know for sure if it's true.
Must be tough being rich, huh?
So I imagine.
That badge rather suits you, Mr. W.
Yes. I thought so, too.
Does it feel good to be back at it? Serving your country?
I wouldn't go that far.
Whoa! Whoa! Hold up. You see that wagon?
Hey, Phoenix. Could I? Nope, I cannot.
Dear me, that don't look good.
These
All right.
damn flies. I swear they got it in for me.
You could try washing once in a while.
Oh, hey, canned vegetables.
This must have happened recently.
Sweet corn.
Hey, come have a look at this.
Okay. I'll come stare at a dead guy with you.
Look. Suit and tie. One bullet clean through the forehead. Well, my money says this is the handiwork of a gang called the Lemoyne Raiders.
Yeah, I've run into them.
Let's see if we've got any identification. Okay. We should get going. I'll send someone over here later to clean this up.
Maybe I'll look into L.A. Noire at some point. Welcome back, Updog.
Would you mind taking the reins? I want to have a look at these papers.
Sure.
I'll direct you. Okay. Frederick Mitchell, Lemoyne State Legislator. Poor feller. Yes, this certainly smacks of the Raiders to me.
Okay.
Bunch of ex-Army Free Staters without an ounce of respect for the law. That's 7 government officials they've murdered this year alone.
Yep. Not the nicest fellers in my experience.
Oh, and I know the Braithwaites are in business with them. No shame. Trash begets trash, my Uncle Reginald used to say. He had a few stories, let me tell you. Town preacher and town sheriff. Could drink a sailor under the table before breakfast. He had one tiny hand, like a child's, on the end of a grown man's arm. Go right at the crossroads. But anyway,
To quote Dave
this tells you
Mustaine,
what kind of people the Braithwaites are.
that's what
Send
happens when
moonshine
cousins
to
fuck.
murderers. I tell folks don't even speak to him. Don't even look him in the eye.
I'm sure I wouldn't.
Bear right again here.
Oakley dokley. Pardon me. Yeah, you can find videos all over YouTube of rock stars getting angry at fans. The videos of Dave Mustaine from Megadeth yelling at people, they were always my favorite. Because Dave would just tear the fuck into them. Like, there's one of his insults that I actually use sometimes. It was 10 million sperm and you're the one that won.
Here we are. So what was I saying?
Something about the Braithwaites, I think.
Even saying that word makes me sick. Now, anyone we find here, we bring in alive, understood? Round them up, and take this operation
horse.
down for good. Come on.
Phoenix, I need my guns. Yar we are.
See? What did I tell you, boys? What did I say? I said this place was crawling with vermin, and we just found ourselves the rat's nest par excellence, as they say in Paris. My aunt, she went to Paris back in '78.
I won't handle this.
Well, the way I see
Actually, let my friend here decide. He doesn't have your fine way with words, but he is definitely the man for the job.
Let's split up. Arthur and Bill, me and Archibald. You boys want right or left?
We'll take the left.
Let's stop these filthy, degenerate tax dodgers. The cheek of them. A fine idea, Arthur.
Oh, you're fine. You got nothing to apologize for.
We need them alive. Let's just knock them out and then tie them up.
Got it, Deputy Williamson.
See one by the bridge over there?
I was actually just thinking about food myself, even though it hasn't actually been that long since I ate last. Well, I don't know. It's been about 4 hours. That's long enough to start getting hungry, right? Or is that just because I'm fat?
I think I saw another one guarding the still. I'll get this feller trussed up.
Either way, I might eat something after the stream's over, before I head to the gym. Because by then it will have been closer to 5 hours. I think 5 hours is a totally reasonable amount of time to wait between meals. Especially since, like, I'm gonna need fuel for the workout. And even then, I'm probably gonna be hungry when I leave the gym anyway.
Good work, gentlemen. Just drop him with the others.
I think that's it.
Well, what do we do now?
We better destroy all this. Any of your boys can handle explosives?
Sure. Anyone but him.
So, you think you're real funny, don't you?
Tell me about it.
That is the last time I'll mention it, I swear.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okily dokily, we gonna plant some dynamite. And we gonna blow stuff up. And then we gonna go shoot people. Oh shit, I should run.
Back
don't say.
You done, you piece of crap?
Where did these sons of bitches come from?
Probably all these buildings we're running into.
Did the Grays put you up to this? Interfering in our business?
Excuse me. This is my hat. Kind of need it.
That's how you want to do it?
How did that one miss?
It's the mission beyond for you.
There we go.
Next one, you. There are more by those huts. Let's clear them out.
On it. Oh, hey. His head exploded. Something else exploded.
I don't see any more. Do you?
No.
Let's find Dutch and get out of here.
Fine by me.
Come on, Arthur. I'd rather not be here when our friends notice the shine's gone.
Yeah, I'm coming. Just grabbing what I can off the bodies.
How does it feel, being a fine upholder of the law?
Not that different to our normal lives so far. Who were those fellers?
Not sure. Probably the people they were selling to. Guess we can't ask them now.
And I thought I was protective over my liquor.
Well done. Well, forgive me, but me and my men must return to our lives. Ah, seems like we failed to destroy the last of the moonshine.
Sure.
Would you like us to?
Well, I normally take it for personal consumption. It's sort of part of the job. But I better get back home. Why don't I just take a jug or two and leave you boys the rest to show that there's no hard feelings on account of the war?
We are all Americans.
Of course. My cousin, Webster, he used to say some of us is not as American as others, if you know what I mean. Only I didn't quite. Come on, you degenerate, no-good, white trash, hillbilly piece of scum. I know you, Billy Lime.
Finally.
You've always been a piece of crap. Come on, move.
We have a life on a land so stupid, a backwater so backwards that even we are like geniuses. Bill, get this stuff out of here. Come on, you ride with me.
Okay.
Still think it's...
Yes, show it to Hosea. I'm sure he can find a use for it. Bit of trouble back there, Arthur?
Kind of dumb that Bill doesn't get a fake name.
Yelling, I think they were the buyers.
Old Archibald didn't ask too many questions, so neither should we.
I ain't planning to.
That was worth the effort, though. Deputized and hiding in plain sight.
Yeah, it's snapping turtle.
Lawmen.
2 snapping turtles.
2 families. I mean, I really think we can play this from all sides. It's got Hosea written all over it.
This is starting to sound like the young Dutch again.
What do you mean, young Dutch? I'm as strong as I have ever been. Hey, you know what? Why don't I race you back?
Okay, you're on.
That's the spirit. Okay. On my word. Set, go!
Oakley dokley, Dutch, I got you. Whatever insult you're mentioning there, Spider, I didn't hear it. Or I heard it and it just flew over my head.
You never were much of a rider.
We'll see about that.
Eat my ass, Dutch. Oh, shit. I was supposed to turn there. Oh, good job, brain. Get all cocky and self-assured right as you fuck up.
I sure hope you ride faster than that when the law's on your tail.
It would appear that we have left Dutch behind. But I know that if I slow down, he will catch up. He will catch up quickly. That said, we are almost there, so, this would be his chance to come up from behind. Yep, we're almost there, girl. There we go. We win.
I never knew you were quite so good at running away, Arthur.
I never knew age had slowed you down quite so much.
Well, time is a bastard. When you get to be my age, well, you'll know that better than anything. Be well. I had fun with you today. I was gonna say you're like a son to me. But you're more than that.
All right. $28.50 going in the box. Pardon me.
Arthur.
I'm not playing dominoes with you, Tilly. I ain't got time. Okay, so now it's $29.35 going in the box. There we go.
Good work, Arthur.
Had to tilt my head to see around the mic.
Arthur.
Oh yeah, it was just a string of insults. I get you now.
We're stuck in the shit now, Mr. Morgan. In the shit. We're drowning in mud.
For a man of the cloth, you have quite a way with words.
Words are the very least of my problems. The very least.
I'm sure.
All right. I guess he didn't have a point. Alright, now we're finally going to get to what the title is alluding to. We're gonna go visit the Greys. I know that at least one of you watching has some experience with Shakespeare, so you probably recognize where this is going from the title. Although I was a bit worried we weren't going to get there. Now that said, you don't even have to be that familiar with Shakespeare to understand this particular reference. You know, one of my favorite life experiences was actually getting to see a Shakespeare play at the Globe in London. It wasn't my favorite play. It wasn't the best seats. But it was still an experience that I never expected to have.
Gavin! Where the hell are you?
Pardon me. Yeah, a couple of the English teachers in my high school we wound up organizing a trip through a company called Education First that did international tours, where we went to London, and part of it was getting to see a Shakespeare play in Shakespeare's theater. And one of the many pictures I took on that trip was of the two of them in the Globe, and I essentially gave them each a copy of that picture as a thank you for the trip. I also got to see Wicked when I was on that trip, and got to go on a Jack the Ripper walking tour. And goddamn, I want to go back to London one day.
This here the Gray Plantation?
Yep. Gallagher Hall. And that's as close as you're getting to it.
Sheriff's orders. You wanted me to have a word with some folk on the property. I'm recently deputized, you see.
Deputized? And I suppose Lee was drunk when he did it? Look, you can come in, but you ain't talking with me.
Obliged.
My only complaint with it was,
You coming in or what?
we were told that we would get to try authentic English cuisine. I was promised bangers and mash. I was promised blood pudding. And then, like, 4 of the 5 days we were there, they gave us Asian food.
Hey, I was hoping you'd talk a moment. I'm a student of the history of the region, and,
I ain't the one to speak to. Try Master Bo. Think he's down there by the wood store. Boy's got all the time in the world.
I think we had Chinese the first day, Japanese the second, Indian on the third and fourth. Yeah, went to 2 different Indian restaurants. They both gave us the exact same meal. 2 days in a row. And then on the 5th day, the final day before we left, we went to a pub and had fish and chips. And that was authentic English cuisine. Don't get me wrong. The food was good. The food was fine. I got no complaints with the food. Except that, like, we were promised authentic English cuisine. Like, why did you lie, Education First tours?
Huh. I'll see you at the sheriff's office.
Excuse me, friend.
We friends?
Not yet, but he is hoping.
I guess.
We don't get a lot of traveling men here, and suddenly there's a whole phalanx of mysterious but strangely helpful Yankees about the place.
Is there?
What are you doing here?
I was just looking for work.
Well, looking for something. Don't worry, your secret's safe with me.
What secret?
I got a secret of my own.
Are you secretly normal?
Excuse me?
Never mind.
The thing is, I don't care if you kill the whole lot of us and the Braithwaites.
I don't want to kill anyone.
I love her, you know.
Love who?
Penelope. But it's impossible.
Well, love tends to be complicated.
She's a Braithwaite. I'm Bo Gray, son of Tavish Gray, nephew of Lee Gray, the sheriff, grandson of old Murdo Gray. We Grays have been loyal to the state and murderous to the Braithwaites for so long now, no one can even quite explain why. Beyond blind loyalty and stupidity, I'm supposed to be loyal to some nonsense while she's amazing. She's like a woman from the future. She's like tomorrow, if tomorrow turns out fine.
Well, I'm sorry for your predicament.
Would you help?
I don't want to get involved in gang feuds. It seems unseemly.
I'll pay. I've got money. We Grays, we've always got money. No brains, mind, but money.
Well, in that case...
I know she loves to sit out in the gazebo on the edge of the Braithwaite property. Take her this letter and this bracelet, please. Oh, look out for their guards. They're worse with strangers than ours are.
Phoenix, where'd you go?
So long, and good luck.
There you are. So now the rest of you have probably caught on to the title. Two houses, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona, where we lay our scene. I used to have that entire opening memorized. Romeo and Juliet isn't even my favorite Shakespeare play. It's just one that I used to know really well. Because of one of my high school English classes. We covered Romeo and Juliet in my sophomore year, and Julius Caesar in my junior year. And then I went off on my own and read Hamlet and Othello and Midsummer Night's Dream. Shit. What else? Henry VIII. No, Fifth. Henry V. Did Shakespeare write one about the 8th? I don't remember. Richard III. Quite like that one. There was a film adaptation of Richard III with Ian McKellen in it. They kind of modernized it. And kind of likened Richard III's rise to power to Hitler, and had some not so subtle Nazi imagery. And then for the big battle at the end, there was this was my favorite moment in the entire film. He's trying to get a Jeep to work, and it won't start, and that's what led to the My Kingdom for a Horse line. I just personally found that moment really clever. Okay, I'm not the biggest fan of Hamlet. I feel like it's like Romeo and Juliet. I feel like it's kind of overdone. But there was a version of it with David Tennant as Hamlet, and I really want to see it. I've never been able to find it anywhere. But I really like David Tennant. I really like Shakespeare, and I'm just really curious to see how it's done. I saw the one with Mel Gibson. I saw part of the one with Ethan Hawke.
I think we got a spot.
I think... I think you can get fucked.
Someone get Miss Penelope from down by the lake.
Shit. That's never happened before. I've done this 4 times now. I've never been shot at. You know, another Shakespeare adaptation I've been kind of curious about, but never actually tried to watch. It was on Netflix for a while. Was there was a version of Coriolanus with Gerard Butler and Ralph Fiennes. And again, I like Shakespeare. I like Ralph Fiennes. I've never read Coriolanus. I've never seen it. But I was just really, really curious about that one. I heard it wasn't that good, but I've never found out for myself. I did watch Macbeth with Michael Fassbender, and oh boy, that was not great. Like, I appreciate what they tried to do, but it didn't quite work. Not for me, anyway. Personally, my favorite version of Macbeth, I'm gonna pause for this because I don't want to just leave this hanging until I get into the cutscene or I'll forget about it. My favorite version of Macbeth wasn't even officially Macbeth. It was Akira Kurosawa's Throne of Blood. That's Macbeth with samurai. It was wonderful. It wasn't like a perfect adaptation of Shakespeare, but it was literally the same story, beat for beat. I love Kurosawa's films just to begin with, but I never knew that he did Shakespeare like that. And it was perfect. And, fun fact, at the end, when the Macbeth character is found out to be a traitor, instead of him being killed by the Macduff analog, he is killed by his own army, by his own archers. And so in that scene, he's actually like trying to dodge arrows. Those are real arrows being fired by real master archers. That actor was in real danger of actually being shot and potentially killed in that scene. His fear was genuine. That movie's great. All of Akira Kurosawa's movies are great. Go watch them. Assuming that you don't hate subtitles and black and white films.
Are you Penelope Braithwaite?
Why, yes, I am.
I've got a letter for you.
Oh.
And a gift.
A letter and a gift. Well, we don't even know each other.
Well, it's not from me. It's from,
From Bo. Oh, he is so...
Strange?
Yes, he's a little strange, but also so human. The rest of our families are stuck in the Dark Ages, or... Well, I don't know, cave people, perhaps. Bo's different. But if they find out, they'll kill him and send me to live someplace awful, like Ohio. Have you ever been to Ohio, sir?
No.
Well, neither have I, but my uncle has a factory there. He was sort of the black sheep on account of having left, but now they tolerate him because he's a vicious snob. Families are there's something else. You got a family, sir?
No, not really.
Well, they tolerate him because of the money. But me, with my ideas above my station, they can't stand.
That sounds pretty complicated. I don't know quite what to say.
Well, nothing to say, except I hope they all rot. I don't, well, maybe a bit. But here, if you see Bo again, will you give this to him?
Sure.
Alright, now we have to leave the area without getting spotted, and I'll tell you why that's easy. Well, the fog makes it a little bit more difficult. There we go. Because there's a boat! That we can just boat. Sure, we're leaving Phoenix behind, but she'll be fine. She'll find her way home. Somehow. Boat! Here we go. We talk shit about Ohio here in Michigan. Presumably Ohio talks shit about us. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, that's like, fuck. What is it? City in Scotland. What am I thinking of? Hang on. This is gonna drive me nuts. Glasgow! That's it. Glasgow and Edinburgh constantly talk shit about each other. The people from Glasgow call people from Edinburgh burgers. People from Edinburgh call people from Glasgow Ouija's. Because, you know, they're Glaswegian. I'm gonna guess that calling people from Edinburgh burgers is probably probably more annoying though, because you don't pronounce a hard G in Edinburgh. It's Edinburgh, not Edinburgh. That's something I fuss at the WWE games for a lot. Because the announcer lady in those games can say things like Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, but she can't say Edinburgh. She always says Edinburgh. It bugs the hell out of me. But anyway. I know we're a little early. Well, I say early. We've been going for 3 hours, just about. I know I started late, but fuck it. I think it's pretty good time to call it. So, thanks everybody for coming, hanging out for a while. This has been fun. Been a lot of talk about movies and stuff. Hope you appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed yourselves.
Nobody got hurt. And we just had ourselves a fun time.
Maybe it wasn't quite the most
Let me tell you something, kid.
the most accessible stream.
So,
As far as
how are you liking life as a lawman?
What are we doing, Dutch?
Well, I think they call it hiding in plain sight.
Oh, is that what they call it? Because I got another word for it.
I am sure that you have, but the way I see it, we stick out here either way. Now, we can hide and skulk in the woods. We'll arouse more suspicion than if we act friendly and helpful.
Interesting theory. I wonder how the practical will work out.
We shall see. Faith, Arthur.
Arthur?
But yeah, like I was saying, I know it's not exactly the most broadly accessible stream. 'Cause a lot of stuff I talked about was maybe a little more niche.
One hot head is enough. Excuse me. Literally. A puddle of piss. I just want to see it the once. That's all it takes.
Well, that's fun without context. But yeah, like I said, I hope you still had fun, enjoyed yourselves, regardless of the the lack of mainstream appeal for a lot of it. A lot of the conversation. I certainly appreciate you being here, hanging out for a while. Pardon me. And as always, you probably know the drill by now. Follow if you want, subscribe if you'd like. Eventually, I'm a Twitch affiliate. You can subscribe. It costs money, but you can do it. I'm just saying, it's there. It's an option. You don't have to. Yeah, follow, subscribe if you want. Subscribe on YouTube if you're watching this there. Check me out on Twitter at Eerie Emilie. As always, or as usual, like I said earlier, you can support me monetarily. Check out Patreon. Big thanks to all my patrons, Alex Caldwell, Aaron and Jenna. I almost said Emma. I don't know any Emmas. Caldwell, Aaron, Alex, and Jenna. Oh my god. Why am... Brain fart! Twice in a row! I tried to say the names again, and I still lost them. Alex, Caldwell, Aaron, and Jenna. There we go. I fucking did it. Booyah! Anyway, big thanks to all those for supporting me on Patreon. I really appreciate you guys. You folks. I gotta stop that. $5 and up gets you a monthly discount code for my Teespring. You also check out coffee.com/Eerie Emilie. That's KO-FI. If you want to help support the streams, but you don't want to do the whole monthly thing with Patreon. And it's cheaper than subscribing on Twitch. Bless you. Kira sneezed. And then there's the Teespring store. Like I said, we just got a new design in from Spider President. It looks pretty neat. So you can check all those out. All that stuff. All that fun stuff. Pardon me. There will be links under the video somewhere, I'm sure. Also, on Twitch, you can check out the big PNG down there. That's Pretty Neat Gamers. It's a streaming community by and for trans people. There's some, there's also, how I met my current partner. Spider President in the chat there. But yeah, I think that's everything. Spider President also streams sometimes. If he's been doing it lately, I haven't heard. But, yeah, check him out if you want. Follow if you want. He's fun. I think he's fun, but then I'm dating him, so I might be a little biased. Hey, Kira. Coming down? Hi. Kira came to say goodbye. Good night, everybody. So, yeah, I think that's everything. I've babbled enough. I've taken up enough of our time. Pardon me. So, hi, Kira. I love you, baby. Sweet kitty girl. Anyway, I've babbled enough. Hope you all thank you a bajillion times more for coming and hanging out for a while. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed yourselves, and I hope you all have a fantastic night from here on out. And I'll see you all next time. Bye for now, everybody.